Shalom out.
1 second, I get started.
It's beautiful. Yep. Shalom to the Zakorn. Sakala. Hey, Yahba Shemal Shabrakatah. I'm here to my brother in the shop. Hey, Yahba Shemal Shabrakatah. Barakathum to me in your household. Akim. Shalom, shalom.
Bear with 1 second. Bear with. No, that truck goes by.
Yeah, okay. Great time. Yeah, beautiful. Hey, we out here, brothers. And the beloved brothers of car. A bun.
Hey, shalom to the brother. Beloved brothers from car. Shalom to all you beloved Akim. All right, about to get started.
Right.
To east.
Right.
We'll give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Baal Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Baal Hashem, Rekak Wadash.
All right, honor to the elders of the nation of Israel that do labor and truth, and all truth and sincerity. Shalom to the Akim on the highway and heaven, your body of sacrifice for the Romans 12 and verse 1.
Right.
Shalom to sincere believers as well. Sister men and women, shalom, Rakatham, and as always, Bob the Ball.
Bob the Ball.
All right, about to get it started. All right, another day to prophesy the downfall of America. Babylon the Great, aka was also known as Nineveh, Egypt, which is land of captivity. So for you so-called Negroes and American Hispanics. And also shalom to the brother Shaquat, shalom, Rakatham, in your household. All right. So back at it. See things is moving more and more. Our brothers love to say, prophecy's popping off like popcorn,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
All right. So we're gonna get it started. Let's open up the book of Psalms 91. Start verse 1. Okay.
Right. Yep. This is Psalms 91 and verse 1.
Right.
And it reads, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
All right. In his secret place, Bible shall grab the 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 1. But in the secret place of the Most High, all right, is knowing the truth. All right. With ultimately having the truth, the Most High revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. I'm just quoting.
Yep.
All right. And not everyone had their truth. Although that, although the truth is global. All right, you got rappers speaking about it. You had Kodak Black saying that he's Levi. And Kodak, you had
Kendrick Lamar.
Yep, Kendrick Lamar.
Yep.
Still call me black, no more call me Israelite.
Yep.
All right, so it's manifested, but we still got people not knowing who we are.
That's right. That's right. 2nd Ezra 5 and 1. Right. It says, Nevertheless, at the coming of the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they that dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number.
In a great number. All right. Why? Because it's time of a threshing. Okay. Lately, I've been saying more and more of how you want to be on that right side of harvest. You go to the book of Matthew chapter 25, right? Because you're going to have the sheep on the right side that going to be what? Beat up in chest. Everyone else is going to be left here to be burned up.
That's right.
You got it?
And it reads, Which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden.
And the way of truth shall be hidden. And that's what we see now. Once again, you got men's, all right, the remnant, the first fruit, as the elder did a beautiful lesson a couple weeks ago. All right, let's speak about the corn. Psalm 72 and verse 16. Those are all names for the elect or the house of David. All right, and also shalom to the elder. He's on there right now. Shalom. Hey, Brakatham to you and your household. Hey, shalom to the brother. Y'all want to come? Brakatham to you and your house. Shalom.
Shalom to you, brother.
All right. So read again, Bible Shah.
And it reads,
On top.
Nevertheless, as the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they that dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
And the land shall be barren of faith. All right, and let's read it in the GMT.
Yep. And we're in that time, right? Where the land is barren of faith. Even these people that got their trust in Egypt, right? You see more and more that these people are going against the grain, so to speak, right? They losing faith in America. They losing faith in Trump. That's why you see all this uproar. Starting this weekend, you're gonna have a worldwide protest. You're gonna have a worldwide protest, right? Called No Kings. But basically, they saying they don't have no king to rule over.
All right, real quick.
Yep.
And whoever this guy is named Mormon, or whatever you say his fucking name, so stop talking about, hey man, fuck you. All right. If you're a heathen, going in fucking, matter of fact, you're going in slavery.
Yeah, God.
And matter of fact, I claim you for my servant. I claim you for a slave. All right. I'm gonna treat you so fucking bad, bro. Matter of fact, real quick, grab for me the heart shall meditate terror. Hey, just for you. You fucking cracker. All right? And if you're not a cracker, whatever heathen you are.
Yep.
All right?
This is Isaiah 33 and verse 18. Thy heart shall meditate terror.
Okay.
Where's the scribe? Where's the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?
All right, my heart shall meditate terror. All right, we're going to think of new ways of how to kill your ass, man. We're going to think of new ways of how to put pain and suffering on you.
Yeah.
All right? And it's giving from my heart speaking to you, Akim, but, sometimes, but anyway, these heathens got to go, man.
Yeah.
I'm very disrespectful to a heathen.
Yeah.
All right? I don't like it.
No.
All right, I hate him with a a strong passion.
Yep.
Okay, whatever you got.
All right, that was it.
Okay, Con, you go back to the Psalms.
Okay. Second Ezra 5 and 1 GNT.
Yeah. Ezra 5 and verse 1 GNT. But these are the signs. The time will come when all people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion. And that's what we see now, man. Yep. All right. Matter of fact, he grabbed me real swift where it says, put in Egypt a perverse spirit.
No, that's Isaiah 19.
Yeah, Isaiah 19. Yep. It said, but these are the signs. The time will come when all people on earth will be in the grip of great confusion.
That's right. It's Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 and verse 14. The Lord Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have called Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. All
right, so the Most High what I said, darkness, confusion, madness. All right, Egypt represents bondage right here in America. America today is pretty much what Egypt. All right.
Shalom to the sister.
It's pretty much
Rebecca
because you got a lot of artifacts that is pretty much that America is symbolized.
To the big bro Harry Yasharala.
Right. And it reads, in the grip of great confusion, the way of truth will be hidden, and no faith will be left in the land. Only the house of David will have the faith. Everybody else is gonna get killed, man.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. That's right. It's back in Psalm 91 and verse 2. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In him will I trust.
In him will I trust. All right, because that's the stone that that we have built our faith on. That's what we trust. Psalms 18 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. All right, that's a refuge. Okay, we don't trust in the ways of Babylon the Great, aka America. Matter of fact, he grabbed from me where it says in the book of Isaiah, it was 32.
Egypt, your confusion?
No, where you lean upon the staff, which is Christian hand. Loosely paraphrasing. All right, so we don't put our trust in Egypt, Babylon the Great, Nineveh, so on, so on. Every heathen kingdom has fallen. All right, I don't love it, man.
Yep. This is Isaiah 36 and verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him.
All right, so ultimately, trusting in the way of what Egypt is going to pierce you. All right, and if you can receive it, the ultimate piercing is coming, known as what? The paragma. All right, so so that's the ultimate goal of this place, man, is to do what? Is to give you that seal. All right, so trusting in these ways is not going to do you any good. You had greater kingdoms in America. All right, you had, I believe it was the kingdom of Media and Persia. I believe we go to the history. It had a greater, empire. All right, and that fell. Rome fell. All right, the Greeks, all of them have fallen. All right, because why? They had a period in time to rule.
Yep. I got something for you.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Isaiah 19 and verse 3, and it reads, "In the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah, the Lord of hosts." That's right. So, these people, you trust in this, you clearly can see that these people are losing it. Because why? The Lord have given them over to a cruel Lord, which is Trump, right? And that's what you get for trusting in the staff of this broken reed, right? It's going to be your shame and your confusion. And that's what you see out throughout America, man. You're seeing a great uprising against the government that be, against the authorities that at hand, right? And mainly Trump. And that's what these people are going against. they going against Trump. And like I was watching the elder Apostle Tahar, he was doing a lesson, and he was like, damn, when George Floyd, the riot with George Floyd, you would thought it was under Biden administration. No, it was under Trump.
It was under Trump, man.
So now the mind should think, damn, why all these riots and chaos happening under Trump? Because hey, he's that cruel Lord.
That cruel Lord, man.
That we just read about. And he's about to show his horns more so than ever. And that's why you got these people tearing LA up.
Yep.
Right? And it's spreading like wildfire. Yep. You got they talking about sending National Guard to New York City, right? And it's about to be a whole worldwide protest coming this weekend.
That's right.
Going against the king that there is, right?
Yep.
Which is Trump.
Yep. You got
want something?
Yeah. Grab from Matthew 7:21. We're gonna read on down, my brothers.
Just backing up what you had said earlier about these heathens, right? This is Psalms 139 and verse 19. And it reads, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O power. Depart me from thereof, ye bloody men.
And read it one more time, Bible.
Right. It says, surely, Psalms 139 and verse 19, it says, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O power. Depart from me thereof, ye bloody men.
You bloody men. All right, 'cause all these heathens what got blood in their hands. All right, every heathen, all these 17 different nations had done what? Has taken apart and bringing down, our nation.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So and then that scoffer, all these scoffers, and coming up, regardless if you can believe it or not. The men that you see on the highways and hedges are the prophets of old coming back.
That's right.
All right. And the Most High said that what? Whatever we bind on earth. Okay, so ultimately, if we claim before slave, man, that's your last, brother.
Right. Yep, verse 20, it says, for they speak. Madness, man.
How's it going, brother?
It says, it's a lot. Psalms 139 and verse 20, for they speak against the wickedly, and all thy enemies that take thy name in vain. Verse 21, do I not hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Right, and hating these heathens.
Yep.
Right? Because I have perfect hatred for these heathens, man.
Don't go in
when you go to that word perfect, means what complete. Yeah. All right? I hate these heathens with a passion, man. Yeah. When they say, call us out of our names, man, fuck you, man, because you the ultimate beast.
Yeah.
All right, a beast means what? On a base state, a low state.
Yeah.
Look how Elam, East Indians, bathe in shit, literally.
Hey, that's the spirit you said that, because Elam is getting their ass toe up right now.
Toe up and held them back.
Hey, brother sent out a video where this flight from India to the UK just crashed. See? And then you had a head rolling on the ground. You had a whole decapitated head rolling on the ground, because like the brother say, these heathens, they come against Jake, man. They look at Jake with disgusted, but ultimately you're the disgusted one.
You're the disgusted one, bro.
Yeah, and the Lord is manifesting that, man. That you're the heathen, you're the scum of the earth, right? You're the outcast.
Hey, shalom to the brother Bashanah.
Hey, shalom. Yep, this is finishing up Psalms 139 to 22. Yep. I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies.
All right, count them what? Our enemies.
Yeah, shalom to my brother.
Are our enemies. Make no mistake about it. All right. That same hatred of them calling you monkeys or whatever. And it's a trip too, man, because we are what the top nation. Yeah. But it shows you what happened to us, for our disobedience.
Yeah, exactly.
It says Micah 7, it should be verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord if I have sinned against them.
Yep.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So ultimately, that's what your enemy's supposed to do to you.
Right.
So we have to take all these things cheerfully. Yep. Your enemy's supposed to look at you with disgust, hatred, right?
Yep.
But you just had this world so politically correct that you had to walk on eggshells. No, man. The Bible speaks about hatred.
Hatred, man.
Right? The Bible speaks about recompense to your enemies. You see? And that's why a lot of these devils, that's why they get called out on their bullshit, because they'll show you as they like you, right? But behind closed doors, they show nothing but hatred. They calling you all niggas and spicks and wetbacks, right? And that's how Esau is, man. He's a goddamn coward. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, like it says in Second Esdras, what was that? Second Wisdom of Solomon 5. It says we stand in great boldness. You see, we out here calling you out to your face, man, letting you know that you're the scum of the earth, you're the devil that the Bible speaks of, you're heathens, and you're going into captivity.
John.
Right?
Bible Shah, read Psalm 91 and verse 2 once again.
Yep.
And then we'll go back to Matthew 7.
Yep, this is Psalms 91 and verse 2. Yep. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress. My power, in Him will I trust.
Once again, in Him will we trust. All right? Because once again, trying to trust in this way right here, man, everyone is against you. We're behind enemies' lines.
Yeah.
All right? So these jakes that are part of, the black boule.
Yeah.
You know, like them niggas are just sellouts, man.
Yeah.
Them the same niggas that was, in the house getting popped in the ass by master.
They also the same ones that crucified Yahweh Shah.
Yeah, crucified Yahweh Shah.
You know
what I'm saying? Them Jay-Z's, them, all them niggas, man.
Yeah.
Matthew 7.
This is Matthew 7 and verse 21. It says, not everyone that say unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
All right, that's them that actually trust and have the faith of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shah. All right, and this also applies to jakes as well, that claim to be in the truth, but behind the scenes are doing something wicked.
Yep.
All right, that that don't have their whole heart perfect. All right, and once again, being perfect when you go into it, being complete, or a person that's of a full age. And that word perfect goes into teleos. That's a Greek word. All right. You line that up with Hebrews 5 and 14, where it says be perfect, we're going to mature.
Yep.
All right.
Got some.
Shit, you got it.
This is James 1 and verse 22. It says, be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
All right. So what be you doers? All right. Actually be about it. Okay. Do the things that Yahweh Yahshua has commanded you. All right. Come on the highways and the hedges, Luke 14. Right. All of that, man.
Obey in his absence more and more.
Yep.
Because the scriptures say that. How you obey more in my presence, but more in my absence. You walking a godly life, so to speak, right? Yep. Even when the camera's off, like brothers like to say, man. Yeah. That's important. That's most important. How you act and conduct yourself when the camera's off. Mm-hmm. Not only when you're on the camera, right?
God.
Yep. So Matthew 7 and verse 22, it says, many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works?
All right, so as they catching hell, they're going to be what? Scrambling. All right, trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? The Most High have brought judgment upon you for your wicked actions. Yeah. Okay? And there's many examples of how brothers had pretty much, matter of fact, I got to grab it, you know what I'm saying? Ain't trying to go on top of it, but how they turn their hand back from the plow.
Yeah, okay.
Luke. Luke.
9 and 62, I think.
Yeah, because and also there gonna be some men that gonna think that those works that they did, although they didn't continue in it, is gonna pretty much help them forward it. Okay.
Yep. This is Luke 9 and verse 62. And Yahweh Shah said unto them, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, as it just said that that they said what, Lord, Lord. Okay, have we not prophesied in thy name? Mm-hmm. They can be applied to the ones that once knew the truth. Mm-hmm. All right, may still know it, but are not out there putting their bodies in living sacrifice according to Romans 12 and verse 1.
That's right.
All right,
that's right. Matthew 7 and verse 23. And then I profess unto them, I never knew you. Woo. Depart from me, you you that work iniquity.
All right, so the Most High has pretty much had never dealt with you on that type of level. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. I'm gonna read that in the verse in the NLT. Mm-hmm. But I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break out of one of Yahweh's laws, and laws are only given to the nation of Israel. Yep. So we know this is the Most High speaking to Israel. Yep. All right, those wicked retrograde servants, man. Mm-hmm. All right, that ultimately have to die on this side. Yep. and be brought back.
Them wicked scribes and Pharisees. Yep.
Okay.
Verse 20. Okay. Verse 23. Slocky. Yeah, verse 23. And then I have professed unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Verse 24. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and do them, I will liken unto him a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
And what brought me here, was ultimately, when we read in Psalm 91 in verse 2, where it says that, trusting in Yahweh, Yahushua, a refuge, a house, a covering. Psalms 18 and verse 2, trust upon that stone, okay? Building his house upon that rock. That rock represents what a chief cornerstone. Psalms should be 118. It should be around 22. We'll go to what Yahushua, having your whole heart and Yahweh Yahushua, man.
Yep. This is Ephesians 2 and verse 20. And are built upon the foundations, the apostles and prophets. Yep. Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. Like the brother was saying, as us building that house upon that rock, and you had to have a chief cornerstone, right? A cornerstone is basically a stone that's centered every other block. Right. Like a mason, a mason. I did a mason job. I used to be a bricklayer, so to speak, right? So in a cornerstone, you have to have that one brick that's able to to measure every other brick.
Yeah.
And that's Yahushua, man. So us being Adon Rasazah, the house of David, right? That's having Yahushua as our head, man. Yep. He's our foundation. He's the way of life, right? And through him, that's how we're going to receive salvation, Adon Rasazah. Him being the chief cornerstone and us acknowledging that. Us acknowledging him being rulers over us, man. Because a lot of men don't like to acknowledge Yahushua as being the head, right, over them. Right? Some men say, well, we don't supposed to worship Yahushua.
It's wild as hell.
Yeah,
man.
which is total reprobate, man.
Yep.
But the Lord's going to show you that he ruleth in the kingdom of men. Yep. So back in Matthew 7 in verse 25, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was found upon a rock.
Bible shot Psalms 127 in verse 1. All right. Why? Because it couldn't stand. Right. You had 11 in your you had 11 in your teaching. Yeah. All right. You had lies. Okay. You was twisting it. Okay. You was teaching things to try to smooth it over, to try to ease it over. And you see many that with these camps, different men's. All right. Not teaching the correct names. Teachers still got JCs. Not teaching you what's the MOT, TB, so on. Things that are very, very, very serious, to receive that salvation.
Right.
Lord's will.
And that's you blowing the trumpet in Zion.
Yep.
You sounding that alarm in the Lord's holy mountain, man. When you blow that alarm, the people are supposed to fear, right? And they're supposed to gird themselves up because in the ancient time, you standing up on the tower, you had a watchman, he blew the trumpet.
Yep.
Right? And he was warning our people to get themselves together.
Hey, 144.
They call on him like Yahweh Shema Shah. And he was warning the people to get together, man. Get themselves together because the enemy is coming. So if you're not doing that, right? If you're not blowing the trumpet, how are you able to get the people ready for battle?
Yep. And after Psalm 127, we're going to drop and go to Isaiah 56.
Yep. This is Psalms 127, verse 1. It says, a song of decrees from Solomon, for Solomon. Expect the Lord Yahweh built the house, they labor in vain that build it. Yep. Except the Lord keep the city, and the watchmen walk, but in vain.
Right? As we're just reading in Matthew 7:26. All right? So when you got your house on that sand, it's lies, it's leaven. Okay? It's nothing. It's going to be a thing or not. As it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 11, the hope of the people is foolish and vain. Matter of fact, I got to grab it.
I got one for you, too.
Okay, go ahead, you got it.
This is Luke 14 and verse 29. Yep. Least happily, after he had laid the foundation, let me go up a little bit. Luke 14 and verse 27. It says, whosoever do not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intended build a tower and sit him not down first and account the cost, whether he have significant to finish it. Least happily, after he had laid the foundations and he is not able to finish it, all that behold, it began to mock him, saying, this man beginning to build and was not able to finish.
All right, so what? You're going to be mocked, okay? You're because you wasn't able to continue, to continue in this ministry.
Yeah.
All right, you was called, but what? Was not chosen.
Yep.
That's a damn shame, man.
Yeah.
All right, but it's the will of Yahweh, where Yahweh shot.
Come.
I want to Zion, the Most High keep the fire on brothers, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
We grab this real quick. I'm making a point as far as saying, being built upon that sand. All right, and still thinking that it's going to save, having a little level. So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 11. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable. And their hope is vain. We go to vain means what? Nothing or not. All right. It said their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their words unprofitable. All right. So he that despises the wisdom. Okay, that wisdom go to what? The commandments, doing the things that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai has told you. Obedience. All right.
Yep.
What you got?
Isaiah 56.
Yep. I'm sorry, brothers.
I got a few precepts.
Yeah, okay, God. Hey, shalom to the brother. Y'all went to Zah. Nah, y'all shalom. Shalom to the brother. Thawam Lob.
Shalom.
Hey, how about Shema Shah Brakatah? It's nice out there. I mean, hey, it's too wild. It's hot.
It's humid.
It's very humid today, Malak.
Hey, that brother, he was in 105 degree weather the other day, man.
Damn, Arizona, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab this from the brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, from the brother, the big bro, Ariel, Proverbs 8 and 35. For whoso findeth me, findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Yahweh. All right. So coming back to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that shows you what the Lord got favoritism.
Yep. The Lord do got favoritism.
Yeah, got favoritism.
Yep. We go to the, straight. We go. We read latter in 2nd Esdras 5. It goes to that he chose one vine and all of that.
Yep.
36. But he that shineth, but he that sinned against me, wronged his soul, own soul. All that hate me, love death. So being disobedient is going to lead to what? Death, man.
That's right.
All right?
Yep. Yeah, like the brother say, Khan, like the scoffer that came to David, calling him a bloody man, he really was a bloody scoffer. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me grab this. 2 Samuel 16 and verse 5. And when King David came to Bethlehem, behold, thence came out a man of a family of the house of Saul, whose name is Shemaiah, the son of Gorah. He came forth and cursed, and cursed still as he came. Verse 6, and he cast stones at David, and all the servants of King David, and all the people, and all the mighty men were on the right hand, and on his left. And it says, and this says Shema, when he cursed, came out, thou bloody man, thou man of Baal. Yep. That was it. Yep. Let me grab this one. Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandered out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's right. That's right. Hey, you wander out of the way of this truth, man. You're gonna remain in the congregation of the dead, right? And you're gonna be long as you live, you really walking dead, man.
Right.
You're really the walking dead. So it will behoove you, right, to continue to pray in the spirit. Continue to fast, to do whatever you have to do, and ask the Lord to keep that spirit on you, man. Hey, what David said as well. He said, what? Take not thy Holy Spirit away from me, right? Cast me not in the outer darkness, and take not that Holy Spirit away from me. Because without the Holy Spirit, all right, hey, you're hopeless, man. You're hopeless. You see? Yep. Shalom to my brother Enos. Hey, how about Shema Shabrakatah? Let me go back.
Isaiah 56. What's out, verse 1? Yep. All right, because, this goes into the fact that, being what, those freaking dogs. Not being a true watcher.
Yeah. Dogs with no bark.
Ain't dogs with no bark.
This is Isaiah 56 and verse 1. It said, this said the Lord Yahweh, keep ye judgment and justice, and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed.
All right. So, and it says, keep judgment or justice. All right. Let's go to Ezekiel 44. Was it 22 or 22 or 23 should be? All right.
This is Ezekiel 44 and verse 22. 23.
Yeah, 23.
Yep. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane.
All right, so that's what a man of Yahweh, what Yahweh shall be doing. All right, a true servant We'll be teaching the difference between holy and profane, things that are pleasing to Yahweh by Shem Al Shai. You know, that's the goal. All right, always trying to please Yahweh Yahweh Shai. There's no other way around it. It's not about pleasing a man. It's about doing the will of Yahweh by Shem Al Shai at all times, man.
And like you said, teaching them to do what's pleasing unto the Lord, and teach them to do what's not pleasing unto the Lord, man. You know, you do things that's unpleasing to the Lord, then instructions gonna come upon you. You see? So hey, we have a unction from the Holy One to know all things, and therefore through the Spirit we prophesied in part. As we know in part, we teaching you what's good and godly towards the Heavenly Father. And if you continue to do what's wrong, we telling you what's gonna happen to you as well. You know? So Ezekiel 44 and verse 23, and they shall teach my people the difference between holy and profane, and cause them to discern between unclean and the clean.
And between unclean and the clean. All right. So, and the only way you could do that is coming back to what? Your heritage. Drink water out of our own cistern. All right. Meaning what? That you know, the law and statute commandments that the Most High has given us. All right. Not saying that you keep all 613 laws, but what will you be doing? Rehearsing it. All right. Why? Because you are showing what that you love Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Say, if you love me, keep my commandments. All right. John 14 and verse 15. Okay, you got anything? No. You go back to Isaiah 56 and verse. Read one again.
Isaiah 56 and verse 1, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the Son of Man that layeth hold on it, that keep the Sabbath from polluting it, and keep his hand from doing any evil."
All right. So this is the man that once again is being obedient. As I just quoted, John 14 and verse 15. You love me, keep my commandments. All right.
Kiss the Son and let him be angry.
Kiss the Son and be angry.
Hey, look, I thought it was 1-4. Hey, we both look. That's spirit though.
But yeah, 7-4. You know what I'm saying? It's complete. Hey, Kyle, you got it.
It says, neither let the son of the strangers that have joined himself to the Lord Yahweh speak, saying, the Lord Yahweh have utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the in unit saith, behold, I am a dry tree.
All right. So just because you was scattered, as we all were, grew up in these customs, being in a Gentile state of mind, you know, the Most High has done what? Has revived his people. All right. As we grab on that precept, Proverbs 21:16. He that went out of the way of congregation, he that went out of the way of understanding, remained congregation of the dead. Because, you know, we always walking dead. But in these days, the Most High has brought back his, remnant. All right.
We're being watered by this truth. This truth. Because it says what? No more dry tree, right? This is 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollo's water, but the Most High gave the increase.
All right. So, you know, plant what? Plant the seed. All right. Because grab me Romans 10, where it said faith come by hearing. Romans 10 and 14. Was it where it said faith come by hearing? Give me 1 second. All right, because that plant goes to what?
It's Romans 10 and verse 17. So then faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High.
And hearing by the word of the Most High. Only Yahweh Yahshua can open up your mind. All right, to allow you to increase. As it says, you know, grow into the still milk of the word. All right, so once you hear, you know, you come across a video, different social media platforms, as we open up camp, you know, I mentioned about, you know, Kodak Black and Kendrick Lamar mentioned about Israelites around that era, around 2017, 2018 era. You know, there's a lot of Israelites that are coming on the scene. All right, you know, just from what that seed being planted. You know, to give you what an example, faith coming about what? Early. All right. Well, Isaiah 56.
Isaiah, back in Isaiah 56, in verse 4, and it reads, "For this saith the Lord Yahweh unto the end." Say that again one more time. Eunuchs that keep my Sabbath and choose the things that please me and take hold of my covenant. Even unto them will I give in my house and within my walls a place and a name better than the sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name, and they shall not be cut off.
All right, and this goes to what? The scattered. Let's go to Isaiah 11. Should be started. right?
Jesse. The root of Jesse.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip down. I'm gonna skip to that point on that one. Let's go to
Verse 11.
let's start at 10.
Isaiah 11 and verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which stand for the ensign of thy people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
All right, and the root goes to who? Yahushua, man.
Yep.
All right, that stone, you know, that's the foundation of all of it. All right, and second in command of Yahushua is King David. Make no mistake.
Yep.
You know, that's as it said, the house of David, which means the elect. All right.
And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall set his hand again the second time.
The second time. All right, to do what? To recover his people. Okay, by the way of chariots. You know, you have brothers. I forgot the rapper's name. Do you know the rapper's name that said came on slave ships? Came on slave ships.
Was that J Electronica?
Yeah, and one of you brothers know what I'm talking about. There was a rapper that said we came on slave ships, but we're gonna leave on the chariots. I forgot the rapper's name, but
America's finna be destroyed, and you devils going into slavery. That's what's about to happen. America's about to be destroyed, and you going into slavery. God hates you.
Ain't no love for no Edomite, brother.
Right?
Yep.
And it said, would you?
Oh no, but read that again, Baba Shah.
Yep.
Damn.
Isaiah 11 and verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left in Assyria, in Egypt, and Pathros, and of Cush, and from Elam, and Shinar, and Amath, and from the islands of the sea.
All right, think about who? The scattered Israelites. All right, as we all are today.
Yep.
We are not in our homeland. We are in Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. The Most High is coming to do what? Save his people by way of chariots. When they call today UAPs or UFOs, which are the vehicles of Yahweh Yahushua.
That's right. That's right.
All right. And
let me grab verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, who shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
All right, the dispersed of Judah, but goes into what? You know, the scattering, and not not just Judah, all the tribes, but Judah, was the head tribe, so it got to be in order. All right. And let me grab this. Let me see if I can find this in Revelation. Let me see if I can find it. You go read 4 again, Baba Shah.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Who was that? Isaiah 50.
Matter of fact, Revelation 5 and verse 9, real quick. Yep, it's the book of Revelation 5. I got Revelation 5 and verse 9. It reads, and they sung a new song, saying, thou worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. Only Yahweh Shai can open what? The seals. All right, meaning what? The understanding. Having what? The Holy Spirit. All right. And to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to out of one Yahweh by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. All right, John 7:35 real quick. All right. So, us being what? Scattered. Now we coming out of what? All these different places. All right. We was in the land of darkness, but the Most High has shined a light, all right, on the believer's mind in his land of darkness now. Okay?
Yep. This is John 7 and verse 35. This said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? What manner of saying is this, that he said, ye shall seek me and shall not find me? All right,
so the main point there was we go, Yahweh shall go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles. All right, back then our people had understanding that, those people that was called by those other names were actually Israelites. And the history of that is book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1. All right, where, it was unlawful to call yourself a Jew.
Yeah.
Okay? And throughout time, you start actually believing that you was of that lineage.
Yeah, Gentile state of mind.
Gentile state of mind.
And you still got our people calling themselves Gentiles. Yep. Right? A lot of these Christian goers, they say I'm a Jew and a Gentile.
Which is wild, man.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, actually, they saying they're a Jew and a Gentile, but really they the Jews that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah.
But they are Gentiles because they in the Gentile still state of mind.
Yep. Following
right?
Esau.
Yep. Following the ways of America, calling themselves black. Right? You see? So it says, let me finish this off real quick. It says, and ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither you cannot come. Yep. So back at what was it?
Isaiah 56 and verse 5.
Isaiah 56 and verse 5. It says, even unto them I will give in my house and within my walls a place, a name better than the sons and daughters, and I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
All right, this everlasting name goes into what? You know, just coming back to your actual, being deemed as what as Israelite again. All right, because for a period of time we was not recognized as being the sons and daughters as well of the Most High. All right, it says, let
me grab this. Isaiah 62 and verse 7. Yep. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. And that's the everlasting name, man. Us coming back, right, and being Jerusalem,
yep,
right, being the holy city. You see, yep, an everlasting city, man. You see, so we're giving the Lord no rest until He make that happen. Till He establish us on high, right? That would be a praise in the earth. You see?
Right. Yep. Can you read that? Isaiah 56.
Isaiah 62.
Isaiah 56 and
okay, no. Isaiah 56 and verse 5. It says, even unto them will I give in my house and within my walls a place and a name better than the sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off.
All right, so this is Hosea chapter 1 and verse 9 and 10. Then said I one Yahweh, call his name, Lo Ami, for you are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be at the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. Here's the point, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living power. All right, so coming back to what your identity, okay, as being what the children of Yahweh Shema Shai, the Prince of Power, Israel, Yasharallah. All right.
You can get that one that says in the land of captivity they should remember themselves.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's a good one too. Today, this what we second Baruch 2 and 20.
Yeah, I'll be the one.
Okay, you got one.
Yes,
I grabbed this one.
It's the same one. 1 Kings 8. What you got that one?
I grabbed this one. Baruch 2 and 30. This is Baruch 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. That's right, man. The Lord bringing us back to remembrance. That what we once knew this. You see, He's stirring up our pure minds by the way of remembrance. And that's why you see us men that's on the highways and hedges standing up in great boldness, right? We're no more dry bones, but we're getting that flesh, right? We're being clothed, man, with our wisdom knowledge with this wisdom knowledge to understand it, coming back into our heritage. You see, and that's what this whole world fear. See, Esau fear us coming back to this wisdom knowledge to understand it. And like these elites, man, they spent trillions and trillions of dollars having secret wicked councils to try to cover up the fact who we are as a nation. Right? See, this ain't cost a thing. We ain't had to pay money to get to come back into who we are. No, it can't freely give, freely we receive, man.
That's right.
You see? So the Lord gave this to us free. Hey, it was meant for us to get, right? And that's just another token and sign that your kingdom is about to fall, right? Because once the 144,000 and the 1/3 wake up to this truth, well, once the elect is sealed, say that, once the elect is sealed, it's a wrap.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
Hey, shalom to the brother down the island.
Shalom. Yep, I got one real quick. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 28. And as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared, man. That's right. And this truth is springing up, right? This truth is springing up. And guess what? Faith is flourishing. Hey, faith is flourishing to the believers, right? As we see all these signs and tokens come to pass, we see prophecies being fulfilled. Hey, it boosts our faith up, man. Hey, brothers that are in high spirits, seeing what's going on around the world, seeing all the judgment of Yahweh Shah. And we're looking for more to come, man. Adon Ratazah this weekend, man, it'll be a turned up weekend. So brothers keep their eyes peeled, man. Because, hey, we almost out of here. You see? We almost out of here, man. Right? We don't got too much longer in this bitter captivity that we was made to serve, man. This fucking hellhole is about to burn.
right. Oh, yeah. Where we left off? Okay, verse 6.
Yeah. Isaiah 55 and verse 6. And it reads, 56 and verse 6, right?
Yeah.
Verse 6. Yep. And it reads, and the sons of the strangers that joined themselves to the Lord Yahweh to serve him and to love the name of the Lord Yahweh, to be his servant, everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and take hold of my covenant, even them I will bring to my holy mountain, and I will make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifice shall be accepted upon my altar. For my house shall be called an house of prayer for all my people, for all people.
Yep, and this is the straight going to what the other Israelites that we just brought out. You know, a couple of scriptures. These are you know, the Israelite that was once in a Gentile state of mind. Mm-hmm. All right, and coming back to what their identity. Yep. All right, and joined themselves unto the house. Real quick, that's coming back, you know, to the to the fold. You grab this real quick to put it, you know, Sirach 6 and 36. If thou seest a man of understanding, get thee baptized unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. All right, so that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. You know, when Jakes come up to camp and they, you know, inquire about the sign, you know, because the sign is, you know, is one of the main driving forces.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, you know,
it's a hook.
It's a hook.
Yeah.
You know, Ezekiel 37, where it says about the stick.
Yeah.
You know, so they see the sign, they see the tribes, and then what they start inquiring.
Yep.
Although the Israelite, they're what, like a stranger. Yeah. Okay, and coming to what? It come to do what? Inquire, man.
Yep.
All right, get built up from there.
I would just furthermore back you up. Get Isaiah 14 and 1.
Yep.
That's the spirit. Yep. That's the spirit. Yep. Cause these strangers are coming back, man.
Yep.
Right. Those that was walking out of the lust of this world. Hey, we was once strangers.
Yeah.
We was once strangers in this world.
Doing whatever.
Yep. Doing whatever, walking out of the lust of our own heart.
Yep.
But hey, the Lord said, hey, nah, certain men, he brought them back. He brought them back to him.
Yep.
Right? And it was all predestinated. You can't get mad at us.
Can't get mad, bro.
You know?
Hey.
We can't, you can't get mad at us.
Yeah.
And those that fell out the truth, right? You can't be mad at them. Because at the end of the day, the Lord got the chosen set to the right, and you fall out and you cast away set to the left, man. Yeah. You see? Yep, you were about to say something.
Yeah, hey, you know, it's like you can't get mad at me for, you know, from us, like, you know, put four on our plate right now, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you get yours, and let's go around.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, this one ain't for all people.
Ain't for all
people,
people, bro.
You'll get yours in the kingdom.
See,
you know.
Only speak about Jakes, though.
Yeah. Only Jakes.
Only Jakes.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
That's right.
Yep.
Talking about the whole tribe.
Yep. And that choose, you know, Christian may see the word choose, adoption, and they may get twisted. All right. When you go to that word choose, just looking up etymology or whatever, it can also means choose. So, only the Most High is going to adopt or choose Israel. All right. As I just grabbed in the book of Hosea 1 and 10.
Yep.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Them strangers. And some Christians, they like to say, well, the strangers talking about other nations. Yeah, no, that's talking about Israelites. Those Israelites, those strangers, right, shall be joined unto them. Just as we just read, right? The strangers going to come into the household of the Lord, the house of the Lord, and they're going to be accepted. You see, so those strangers right there talking about Israelites. And you heathens you can't try to slime your way into salvation, man.
And they keep trying.
Yeah, they keep trying.
And you keep falling. Like you keep getting confounded.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
exactly. Like you don't know the meaning of words. You don't go to the etymology.
Yeah.
Still trying to bring up John 3:16. That been cut so many times, bro.
And you had this Porky Pig Edomite after camp other day, me and the brother. And she was trying to tell us, you know, God, you saying God don't love everybody. I'm like, God don't love everybody. So how can I receive salvation? I was like, nah, if you're an Edomite, you in your kingdom, you know? And she tried to tell me that, you know, I didn't know what I was saying, but she never read the Bible.
See?
I had to cut her like, how can you tell me something you never read the Bible? You know?
And that's the spirit, because we open up camp with what? You know, where truth shall be hidden.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
It's not a hard concept. Most I got favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
Got favorites.
Yeah.
Everybody got a favorite.
That's right.
I got a favorite color, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a favorite.
Exactly.
Hey, brother, favorite team is the Cowboys.
Hey, exactly. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, for whatever reason. On the slice. Hey, brother, favorite team the Cowboys. I don't know why.
Hey, you crazy.
Hey, I don't know why though.
Hey, Super Bowl, baby.
Hey.
Hey, but yeah, man. Hey, yeah. But it's so hard for these people to understand that the Most High got favoritism.
That's right.
That he got a favorite, because why this place, this world was built off wickedness and lies, man. See, if you people knew the truth, if Esau really gave you people the truth, you wouldn't be so butthurt. Mm-hmm. You would know. You Edomites would know, well, shit, bro, I'm in my kingdom. I'm going to live it up. You know, you niggas, hey, I'm going to keep calling you niggas. Right. You know, I'm going to keep calling you wet, but I'm going to treat you like the devil that I am.
And that's right.
You know?
Hey, do your shit.
Yeah, because, hey, when those roles reverse,
oh, man.
gonna be the devil on you in righteousness. Yeah. We're gonna be gods to you, man. Yeah. You know? Yeah. We're gonna be gods to you, man. Because hey, we ain't holding back. We ain't holding back. See, this what Esau consider a two-time loser. Right? Because these devils, they holding back their hatred. Yeah. Right? They wanna love Jake. They want love Jake. Right? Yeah. They wanna be among Jake, they wanna join hands with Jake. You see? But in the kingdom, ain't none of that shit happen. You ain't stepping close to us, man. You ain't living with us. You ain't eating with us. Your ass gonna be in the field, and you're gonna see us every hour. Well, my slaves, you're gonna see me every 5 minutes, man. You're gonna see me, and I'm gonna have taskmasters over me.
All that
yeah, you know.
And that goes to the the parable of was it Luke 16 where it go to Lazarus and the rich man.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And the rich man. And it speaks about, there's a great like golf.
Yep.
But that shows you how, we're gonna be at a certain, prominent position. I'm gonna finish this up and get Isaiah.
Okay, go ahead.
Shall be joined with them and shall cleave to the house of Jacob. He's talking about what? The believers.
That's right.
Hey, clean that little joint right there in the Mitsubishi.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, what's that right there? What's an Oldsmobile?
Buick.
Buick, I'll find some.
That's crazy. Yeah. Finish reading that off, because he's gonna say it had mercy. I'm gonna go to Isaiah. I'm gonna go back to Isaiah.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land.
Yep. And now you heathens, you want to get in there so bad. Well, get in there. This is your verse to get in there.
Yep. Of the Yahweh for servants and handmaids.
That's right. See, you're gonna be a servant and handmaid. You're gonna be a slave. Go ahead, Op.
And they shall take them captives. Yep. Who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's right, man. We're gonna rule over you. And we're gonna rule over you with a rod of iron. Yep. Bashing you down, playing whack-a-mole with your head. Yep. Right? So back in Isaiah 56 and verse 7. And it reads, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifice shall be accepted upon my altar, for my house shall be called an house of prayer for all people.
Now, the mountain and the highest mountain goes into what, 144,000. All right, the government, spearheaded by, always Yahweh, but, on earth, Yahweh Shai in the second command, King David. All right, so, there will be what? There will be a rank. The 144,000 ahead, which is the head of the 1/3, and so on.
Governing body.
The governing body. Yep. All right. Yep. Got it.
Verse 8. Yep. And it says, "In the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah power, which gathered the outcasts of Israel, saith, yet I will gather others to him, besides those that are gathered unto him. All ye beasts of the field come to devour. Yea, all ye beasts in the forest. His watchmen are blind. They are ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark."
All right, and the beasts of the field goes into liking to what? The other nations. All right. I was trying to go to the Ishmael, but it's talking about what? The other nations. Okay, so as a brother was saying earlier, right, about warning. All right, giving that warning. Isaiah 58 and verse 1. Okay, not being what? Those sleeping dogs. All right, stand upon your watch, watching the news. All right, fit into the scriptures, warning Jacob about what's to come. All right. Yep. Read it again, brother.
It said, the scripture says, keep not silent.
Keep not silent, huh?
Yep. And it reads, his watchmen are blind, they are ignorant, they are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber.
All right, man, that's what a dog does, man. Time a dog sees something that's abnormal or something that is not, it's seeing, it does what? It start barking, man. Okay? And that dog, because a dog is maybe what, like a guard.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Okay, like you said, a guard dog is always on alert.
Yep.
And as you,
loyal too.
Yeah, loyal.
Yep.
So you in the house, you hear your dog bark. Okay, well, my dog is barking for a reason. He sees something strange, some activity going on, right? But you got these men out here that they see activity going on, they see things that's moving, and they scared to bark.
Right.
So how are you protecting the household of faith, man?
Yep.
See, we out here lifting up our voice like a trumpet, showing our people that transgress in the house of Jacob they sin.
Yep.
You see?
And you want to be like what? And you want to be like those dogs.
Yep.
Now, sometimes you read in scripture about how the Most High called the heathen nation dogs, but then again, Caleb, when you go to the word Caleb, it means dog.
Yep.
All right, and we saw how Caleb and Joshua had heart, man. All right.
Yep. Let me grab one.
You got it.
Through the spirit. This is oh man, hold up, Salaki.
Yep. I'll grab you.
Where it speaks about dog returning back to his vomit.
I got you.
Isaiah 56 and verse. Yep, verse 10, and it reads, "His watchmen are blind; they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs; they cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They are all look to their own way, every one up for his gain from his quarter."
All right, because real quick before I grab this, a lot of these men are what? Are they teaching for hire?
Yeah.
They teaching for money.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not
50
what?
lucre.
Yeah, 50 lucre. They're not true teachers.
Yeah.
All right, keep grabbing that 50 lucre. I'm gonna grab this for you. All right, this is the book of Proverbs. This book of Proverbs 26 and verse 11. All right, as a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returned to his folly.
Yep. This is Titus 1 and verse 11. Let me start up. Verse 10, it says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." That's talking about those that's in the household, claim to be Israelites, claim to go out on the highways and hedges. And it reads, "Whose mouths must be stopped." And that's what the Lord is doing. He's calling their mouths to stop, right? Now they're becoming dumb dogs, not able to bark. Right? They're becoming dumb dogs, not able to bark, right? It says, "Whose mouths must be stopped, who subverted whole houses, teaching things which they are not, for filthy lucre's sake."
Yeah,
for money.
For money, man.
Yep.
All right. So what? So these are not what? True shepherds. These are not true guard dogs. All right.
And bring you to mind of that got Tazadak, right? From the GOCC, Tazadak.
Tazadak, yep.
Hey, he was ripping men's off, right? Calling himself the God sent comforter. And you see what happened to him. Yep. The Lord actually closed his mouth for good. To a point where he's in the spiritual realm waiting to be born in the kingdom. You see?
Yep.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab this few right here. Micah 3 and verse 8, and read on down. It says in NLT, "But as for me, I am filled with power, with the spirit of the Yahweh. I am filled with justice and strength to boldly declare Israel's sin and rebellion." These are what the true guardians. These are the true, as we've been saying, guard dogs. All right, that's barking for real, for real. You know what I mean? Listen to me, you leaders of Israel. You hate justice, twist all that is right. These are the ones that are what? Are the sleeping dogs. Okay? Yep. They twist the scriptures. Why? Because ultimately they're taking that 501(c). All right? Look at more. You are building Jerusalem on a foundation of murder and corruption. Going back to Matthew 7, 24, 25, and 26, when we were going into the fact that, they're built upon what that's sand. All right? You built upon something that, that doesn't have a base. Yep. Sand go through your fingers, man.
Yep.
All right?
Nothing ain't got no stability.
Ain't got no stability.
Yep. And just as you build a house, like we always go into, you got to have mortar. Yeah. And that mortar harden up. It harden up. If brothers familiar with, laying bricks and building a house, you got to have a foundation.
Yep.
You got to have mortar, right? And that mortar turn to concrete.
Yes.
And that's solid. That's solid. like the brother say, oh man, the word, it slipped my mind, Salaki, to the brother Daniela. He had said, brother, Scrollet. Brothers are Scrollet. Strong and solid.
Okay.
They Scrollet. You know? I told the brother I was still that one. I got something. Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 13. It says, we having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believe, therefore have I spoken. We also believe, therefore speak. That's right. As we believe, man. You know, we believe this truth. We believe in the word of Yahweh Shema Shah. Therefore we have spoken. All right, man. Yep, therefore we have spoken, man. See, it's going to come a purpose in the time where everything's under the heaven for a season, right? And now it's the time to talk. It's the time to speak, right? It's not a time to be quiet. It's not a time to have your hands in your pocket.
Right.
All foot should be on gas, man. No gas, all gas, no brakes. And the time is going to come where the Lord is going to have us close our mouths, right? But these men like to do things on their time, on their dime. And it don't work like that. See, the Lord he's the author of the show, man. He tells us when to speak and he tells us when not to speak. All right? Yep. He tells us to speak and tell us not to speak. The time of Jacob's trouble is coming. Yep. But we're not going to be out here too much longer, man.
That's right.
You know? And the Lord's going to actually have us playing dumb to you people.
Yep.
We're going to be playing dumb, having our tongue cleave unto our mouth. The Lord going to have our tongue cleave unto our mouth. But we be not a reprover unto you people, man. Yep. We're going to look at you like you dumb, and we're going to play dumb to you.
That's right.
You know? Because when we spoke, you didn't want to hear. When the Lord spoke through us, you didn't want to hear. Yep. See?
You know, this is Micah 3, verse 10. All right, and also verse 11. You are built in Jerusalem. You are built in Jerusalem on a foundation of murder, corruption. You rulers make decisions based on bribes. You priests teach, I don't want Yahweh's laws only for a price, only for what? For money. All right? As we were just saying, these are what sleeping dogs.
Yep. And why do Esau, if this is not the truth, right? Why do Esau mainly come at our people with bribes? Like you got the crucifers.
Yeah.
These are a lot of men that goes around and try to offer men the bag to not preach certain words out of the Bible, not to go into certain things. And Esau mainly targeting the Israelites, man. Because he let these people be a Muslim all day. They can say anything about Muslim.
Bro.
He don't say nothing against it. They can be Buddhists, all that. But once you bring out being an Israelite, now it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Yep. And a lot of men fold for it, man. A lot of men take bribes, right? Sell out. Yep, you got out.
Yep, and then what? They make you apologize.
Yeah. Yep. Because ultimately, these so-called Jews don't want to be exposed. That's what it's mainly about. Yep. They don't want to be exposed, and they fear it, man. What Revelation 11 says. Great fear fell upon them. You see?
And real quick, there was a quote that said, "You know who's ruling? We can't speak about."
Yeah.
You know, because people love say, so they say Esau is ruling, Esau is ruling, but really it's always the small hats.
Yeah.
You know, they the top.
Amalek.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
They say you prophets won't prophesy unless you are paid. NLT, yet all of you claim to depend on the Yahweh. No harm can come to us, you say, for Yahweh is here among us. All right, it's going to, just tying all together, all right, with Matthew 7, verse 21.
Yep.
Okay? Yep. He's the one that say that, Lord, acting like they really was about it, but, was found out to be what? Just, lovers of what, money, lovers of this world, man.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. That's right. Nah, I don't. Unless you want me to get something.
No.
Okay, yeah.
So that's pretty much it. All right, to watch all you brothers, we're going to face the east. We're going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Power, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem, Rakakwadash.
Honors be to all the elect elders of the nation of Israel that labor to the truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom to you, Akim, you hope for elect on the highway and to make your body a living sacrifice. According to Romans 12 and verse 1. All right. So Shalom, Brakatham, and as always, Abba Babal.
Shalom.
Right.
Yeah, like the brothers say also, the non-profit organization, especially those that design as 501(c)(3) charter tax exempt organization. That's right. And in the United States face restrictions on their activities, particularly regarding political campaigning and certain forms of